The Woe of Roanoke, Book 5, Matoir Rising. Hanging from the hairy tree that she herself did plant, the folk took little notice of the wretched rant. The memory of wee Agnes in Godovan was always vague. Not one recalled the first one from the witch that called the plague. No one recalled her first boy, her sibling and her son, who inherited the spinach eye, strange skin of cerulean. For Agnes was expectant when escaped from Sawney's lair, had her father's giant child with his ginger giant hair. The babe was blue, quadruple, but a spit for Sawney's hue, and so berserk and brutal that she'd hidden him from view. 6 years she'd hidden William, who was then more twice her size, then packed him off to London, husband purse and in disguise. Her ploughman paid 4 seamen to take Bill out to sea, to sail away that demon on any ship to set her free. A decade that she'd lived in dread, a return of Blue Bill riled. 10 recovered, then she'd said, "I'll have another child." A decade gone and Sawney done, they'd hauled the menace down. She'd cherished on her Sunday son and hoped the ginger drowned, for she reviled her firstborn child, that horror, Blue Bill Brown. 1589, summer. Tom Smart. "Now, Governor Dare, let us be clear, in sane and sober eye. If we stay here, 'tis all our fear that we will surely die. We're out of powder, low on chowder, chained to try to farm. You pious have your wives to ride, we have Madam Palm. For 2 full years we tried to rear, but blisters, boils and bunions, and backs are bent enough to tear a bag of bloody onions. Our backs all hurt through constant work, from toiling in the heat, and though you might have fun at night, we landed hand or seat. And while you pray and make the hay, we missin' 1 a month, and if we stay we're premier prey, packaged for the hunt. We're frontline as we work the field, no ammo, aching balls. You grind behind your wooden shield of pointy pine tree walls. We have no shot, and woe begot those stranded on their own. Frustration felt as we met to till this dusty loam. I sussed the game, frustrate Spain's aim, by loading here with thugs. It's lack of dames and rain for grain, we're bursting, drained like mugs. You zealots have your girls, or God. You think we lewd and dirty, but we think abstinence is odd. Agreed all of us 30. Us 30 are to live like they, how nature had intended. We'll root as in the native way, root Manteo's wenches. We choose to crude, not civil, to naked, nay attire. Will be fulfilled and root until returns the bloody liar. Where is the bloody liar white? Where has your law pa gone? It's not what we signed, this life of shite, procured it by a con. We bought here on a promise, now we shadowed with white's hex. We been gullible and novice and denied the fairer sex. This bloody drought and us without no dainty one to hold. This land severe unless you're queer and not a sniff of gold. The lack of skin to kiss caress, we cannot work or focus, for we are men and we possess throbbing red hot pokers. Ananias Dare. Civility, calm ye your vibe upon this council meet. Those who chose Manteo's tribe, I pray you take a seat. I pray you quickly find the Christ, or be ye unprotected. Leave the fold and pay the price, ye devil lust infected. Manteo hold you in low esteem, at best you'll be guest slaves. Be celibate and drop your dream of rotting savage maids. Be celibate and celebrate good hard honest toil. Then you'll enter heaven's gate, reward for staying loyal. You'll have your fun with angels after you have died, and bolt celestial stables for what you've been denied. Just hold on till your life is gone, forget all earthly pleasures. Your muscle pains are for sweet gains, to take cherubic treasures. If we divide, we halve our force, I'll tell thee smart the gob. If leave the fort, you'll set your course to ruin by your knob. Hold your horse and be the source, an inspiring modern job. Winter. Ananias. We're down to 40 fighting men, since all the rest have split. But lo, we have no sex pest left, to God the best submit. Eleanor. I fear him, Ananias dear, I spy him yonder trees. I see his carnivorous stare, it fears my blood to freeze. Ananias. We must pray harder, Eleanor, to invite the Holy Ghost. The spirit's shy as secular, sod still at this post. Eleanor. I fear him, for he floods my dreams. I'm owned, I am his goods. I fear the blue, fear what he'll do, for he's watching from the woods. I fear he'd tread towards my bed to claim his chamber goods. Ananias. We'll construct a wooden church, and that will cure our woe. The Lord will sight from cloudy perch, and gifts God will bestow. Eleanor. I dread him, Ananias dare, in sleep he presses close. His fingers fondle me down there, he haunts this heathen post. Ananias. 'Tis cause of unbelievers, the cause of all this fuss, the famine, thirst and fevers, God's turned his back on us. Eleanor. I don't believe he's dead there, from snippets that I've heard. I hear him in my nightmare, shape-shifting to a bird. Ananias. We'll spend more time in praising, worship is the cure. By his grace amazing, we'll survive this epic tour. Eleanor. I'm ravaged by this rancid rook who rapes me every night. It is the savage Scottish cook transforming after flight. Ananias. Be calm, Elena, calm ye may, upon this Christmas Eve. Profane ye not on God's day, you're safe if you believe. Eleanor. A hideous ginger jackdaw, I'm fret and weak to fight. He consumes me like a ruined whore, succumbing to his might. Ananias. Sleep, my dear, Virginia's there, you'll wake her with your shout. Be not afraid, the stout palisade would stop the Scottish lout. Eleanor. I spied his eyes along our trip, a sexual pervert, staring off my blouse and slip, thinking off my skirt. Ananias. No more, Eleanor, with that thought, you'll tempt old Nick to hear. We're safe, us three, within this fort. I pray you lose your fear. Narrator. Upon the ship's arrival, Bill packed himself a pack. To ensure for his survival, he stole cheeses off the rack. The sailors trussed him in a skiff, marooned him on the beach. Skilfully he scaled the cliff, and planned vengeance he'd to teach. The air felt not a twinge of fear amongst the watchful trees, was not alone as crows had flown when sniffed his moulding cheese. There he found crow surrounded by warriors of chief Wanchees, who revered him on the spot as some strange god from overseas. He was brought before their warlock, who had prophesied the word, a flame-haired one of spirit stock who'd mastered the black bird. The witch doctor, Sugnog, sycophantically purred, a glorifying dialogue extolled the coppered bird. They sat him on a palanquin, dressed him in feathered cloak, and he worshipped by the Algonquin around the Roanoke. They held a hone, ray of sun, huge halo of red hair. His hair shone like the setting sun, his skin like blue frosted air. The murder always followed on, for crumbs of dairy's share.